I'm Miranda and welcome to Books 101. Today I'm discussing a John Green book, Looking for Alaska by John Green. John Green. This is a good book, and before I read it I had to get myself into the John Green mood because I read Fault in Our Stars and Fault in Our Stars just made me bucket cry. People that talked to me about this book said that they bucket cried, so I was preparing myself to bucket cry, and yes, I bucket cried. Looking for Alaska is about a guy named Miles, aka Pudge, who before moving to Culver Creek boarding school, life has been one big non-event. And by non-event, I mean that Miles has no friends and he takes pleasure in memorizing people's last words. When he moves to Culver Creek boarding school, he meets a girl named Alaska Young, who literally changes his whole world. And this Alaska, let me tell you, she's crazy, she's wild, she's the complete opposite of Miles. And as the book goes on, Alaska changes Miles' life and makes him see the world in a new way, and all the while steals his heart. It's not a bad read. Personally, I liked Fault in Our Stars better. It really does capture the painful joys of life and living and loving. This book does have a bit of everything. It makes you cry, it makes you laugh, it makes you think what the hell is going on here. But overall, it's not a bad read. So that's the end for the non-spoiler section. Continue watching to be spoiled. If you don't want to be spoiled, click out. First off, let me say I really enjoyed the layout of this book. How it was 136 days before what happened to Alaska and then 136 days after what happened. And I loved how this book captured human relationships. Yes, at times it did make me cringe and think, what am I reading? And, you know, I actually quite enjoyed it. This book starts with Miles going away partying, and he only invites like 2 friends over, and you can really tell his life is like a non-event, that it's boring, nothing happens. I mean, hell, you're hanging around with a dude that memorizes people's last words, like, what? And already at the beginning I thought, okay, something sad is gonna go on. This dude memorizes people's last words. Someone's gonna die and he's gonna wanna memorize like their last words or something like that. I already thought that was gonna go on before it did. When he goes to this Culver Creek boarding school, he wants to redeem himself and he hopes he can enjoy himself better at the school. And then he meets Chip, his roommate, the colonel. I don't really like that guy. I don't know, I just don't like him. Go for smokes and they go to Alaska, and that's when Miles meets Alaska. Already, first impressions, you know, she's out there, she's friendly, and she tells him a boob story, which, typical Alaska. I don't mind Miles, aka Pudge, in this book. I think though that he's too easily influenced by Alaska, because at the beginning of this book, you know, he didn't take drugs. When he started hanging out with Alaska, he started smoking and drinking alcohol and everything. So I didn't really like that, how he was influenced by Alaska to start doing all that. But overall, he wasn't a bad character, you know, he did have a heart. My thoughts on Alaska, she was definitely one of those characters that you have to have in one of these types of real life books. She's just your wild and your fun side, and I love how she just voices anything that really comes to her head and she just says it. But at the same time, I feel so sorry for her because she's so depressed about what happened to her mum. As the book goes on, we are then introduced to more characters. We have the Japanese dude, Takumi. Takumi? I think his name's Takumi. And events start happening because Miles kind of gets picked on. When he's at the lake and he gets taped up and they chuck him into the lake. What idiots, that freaking Kevin. What got me really annoyed in this book was Lara and Miles. Pudge. Lara and Pudge. I like it when 2 people actually have feelings for each other and then get together. To me, it seemed like maybe Lara had a little crush on him. He maybe had a little crush on Lara. But I felt really sorry for Lara because I didn't feel like Miles's feelings were fully genuine. It seemed like he was only doing it, you know, he really wanted to get with Alaska, but Alaska already had a boyfriend, so he just thought, oh yes, I'll just go with Lara because there's no one else and I can have my little smoochy scene. The more this book goes on, the more we start to see deeper into Alaska's character. We start to see how she gets annoyed and frustrated and how she can actually go from being so good to all of a sudden being really depressed. She doesn't want to tell people what's really wrong with her. Starts to come out within her character. One of the really annoying things I found in this book was when that freaking Kevin flooded Alaska's room and that ruined all her books. Holy shit, if that happened to me and someone flooded my room and my book collection, hell, they would have to watch out because I'd get nasty. I love the Thanksgiving scene in this book. That was awesome. How they went to the Colonel's mum's place and, you know, the mum made all the food and it was Alaska, Pudge and Colonel's mum and they ate. That was a nice scene. Made me upset because I thought, oh, it's not long now till something's gonna happen to one of these characters. Pudge and Alaska go back to campus to celebrate the rest of the holiday, and when they're there they start to get to know each other better. I love when Alaska takes Pudge to people's rooms and you know, they're walking through people's rooms and they're seeing what's in everyone's room. That'd just be wicked. Dude, you'd get in so much trouble if you got caught. But everything's so sexual in this book. I mean, they even, like, in some of these rooms, the girls like have women toys and the guys have all these condoms and everything. And I'm just thinking, this book is sexual. Especially when, you know, Miles and Lara are doing their little things. The group then creates this pre-prank to put on Kevin and all the others. And they all stay at this big barn. It's actually quite an interesting scene because they talk about their worst days and their best days. And one of Alaska's best days, you find out, was at her mum with the zoo when she was younger. We find out now that Alaska actually witnessed her mum dying. She was kind of frozen, you know, she could call the ambulance, she was kind of stuck in the moment. Soon after that, Alaska dies. I don't want her to die, and she died, and it's like, oh, typical John Green, here I go, I'm gonna cry. What really was like, wow, is before Alaska died, Miles kind of made out with her, and that'd just be horrible, this feeling, all of a sudden, you know, you made out with this person the night before, have their kind of alcohol taste in your mouth and then finding out that they're dead. It's just like, oh. Pudge then starts to feel like it's his fault. Starts kind of having bad dreams and it doesn't help when he's at her funeral. When he went to her room to clean it out, he found the labyrinth book that she had, underlined that the only way out of this labyrinth is quick and fast. So then they start to piece together how Alaska might have died. I thought that was really good of them. From pure friendship, trying to piece what happened to their friend together was really nice. Find out that night that Alaska got a phone call from her boyfriend. She was drawing tulips and everything, and then she remembered that she forgot that it was her mother's funeral the day she died. She was drunk and was driving a car and trying to get to place the flowers on the grave, but ended up dying on the way. I don't know whether she actually ran into the police because she just wanted to die just like that, or whether she actually did that because she thought, oh, it's quick and fast. In memory of Alaska, they decided to do this prank. This stripper prank, I think, is genius. I love how Pudge just gets his dad in on it. That is just cool. They think that this person is going to talk to the students for completely different reasons. He kind of starts stripping, and I thought, what a cool prank to play. That'd just be hilarious. We then at the end find out that Takumi is the last person to talk to Alaska. And I was really mad at that guy because I thought, why the hell would you hold that in? That was like a big piece of evidence, and now you're just letting it out. Hello, dude. Ends with kind of Miles writing the way out of this labyrinth, which I thought was beautiful. It was a bit like Fallen Out Stars. Justice kind of wrote that thing for Grace and everything. It was really nice. Overall, wasn't a bad book. I probably rated a 7 out of 10. Thought it would be a bit better. I don't know. I'm not really one for those real life books. But yeah, it wasn't that bad. Thanks so much for watching my Looking for Alaska book talk. I hope you enjoyed it. To check out more book talks, just head to my channel. I'm Miranda. See ya!